found myself in the position of having factual information about certain events that contradicted official narratives, but sharing that information publicly would have triggered coordinated attacks on my businesses, my employees, and my family. The choice became speak truth and watch everything I've built be destroyed by mob tactics, or stay silent and watch America slide further away from the principles of open inquiry and free speech. This wasn't a sustainable position. When you reach the point where telling the truth becomes dangerous to your ability to continue productive work, something fundamental has broken in your society. I had access through my companies to data about information suppression, coordinated narrative control, and systematic efforts to prevent certain perspectives from reaching the public. What I saw wasn't just typical political maneuvering. It was industrial-scale manipulation of public discourse. I watched as federal agencies worked with social media platforms to suppress information that later proved to be accurate. I saw evidence of organized campaigns to destroy the credibility of scientists, doctors, and researchers who presented data that didn't support preferred narratives about everything from public health policies to economic impacts of government decisions. The coordination was extensive. Regular meetings between government officials and tech executives where lists of problematic content and users were discussed. Internal communications showing how certain topics were systematically deprioritized in algorithms, how shadow banning was implemented against specific users, how entire categories of information were marked for suppression regardless of their factual accuracy. Most disturbing, I witnessed how quickly institutions that were supposed to protect free inquiry, universities, media organizations, professional associations, became enforcers of orthodoxy rather than seekers of truth. The personal cost of speaking about these observations became clear when several of my business relationships were threatened simply because I questioned certain official positions. Partners who had worked with me for years suddenly became concerned about reputational risk associated with anyone who didn't conform completely to approved narratives. Major investors started asking questions about my political alignment during routine business meetings. Government contracts that my companies had been awarded were suddenly subject to additional review processes that seemed designed more to create pressure than to ensure compliance. The message was clear: conform to approved narratives or face systematic economic punishment. This wasn't happening through official government censorship. It was happening through a network of corporate, institutional, and social pressures that were arguably more effective than direct government control. I realized that the environment had become so toxic that honest inquiry was being treated as dangerous extremism.